They laughed when the verdict was announced. 3 white detectives exchanged glances, smirks flickering across their faces. Their chests puffed, the kind of arrogance worn by men who'd never faced consequences. Inside the courtroom's hush, their joy felt thunderous. But all that changed the moment the presiding judge cleared his throat and asked one simple question. The laughter died. In the first few seconds, the viewer is thrown into moral shock. Officers celebrating in court, convinced of invincibility, before the scales of power shift beneath them. Within 30 seconds you see him, Marcus Bennett. His posture is quiet, his suit tailored to a lean veteran frame. His eyes rest on the detectives with a steady calm, wounds visible in the lines etched around them. He'd served overseas as a combat medic. The tremor in his left hand speaks of nights spent stitching wounds by flashlight under mortar fire. He carries scars you can't see, a stoic reserve built from grief and duty. Now he sits at counsel's table labeled prosecutor, but they don't know him yet. He was born in a neighborhood where sirens sang lullabies. In army fatigues, he smelled cordite and sweat, tasted dust and regret. He lost his best friend Elijah Ward to a roadside bomb in Kandahar. Elijah's screams the last commanding echo he'd hear. He carried Elijah's body to safety, feeling the weight of betrayal in every step. After discharge, he studied law, not for power, but for justice denied to his community. He takes the courtroom like a field hospital, mending broken trust. In his mind, the beeping machines of military hospitals, the antiseptic tang, the silent faces of families he couldn't save, they all drive him. The conflict anchors in systemic injustice, authority versus dignity. These detectives once swaggered through precincts, applauded by insiders, shielded by complicit silence. Now they sit beneath the weight of allegations, racism, abuse, dishonesty. Around the courtroom, public attention is muted. Reporters scribble, observers shift their weight, no one volunteers defense. Silence amplifies the wrongdoing they refuse to admit. Tension escalates slowly. Marcus speaks only when necessary, each sentence carefully measured. The detectives sneer. The jury blinks. A bailiff glances at his partner in uncertainty. A visitor in the gallery grips a program too tightly. The smirks grow smaller. Foreshadowing emerges, a small veteran in the back, hand raised. She once served under Marcus and lost her brother to police violence. She watches quietly, though every eye avoids her. The turning point arrives unexpectedly. Marcus calls his final witness, Isabella Ward, Elijah's twin sister. She stands composed, voice steady. Her testimony reveals hidden bodycam footage. The detectives freeze as the recording plays. Words twisted, force misused, moments they'd laughed off for promotion. The courtroom gasps, cases crumble. Suddenly the judge announces that the supervising authority, formerly the police commissioner, is stepping down and recommends Marcus Bennett as interim head of internal affairs. The detectives, convicted or under investigation, stare in disbelief. The black man they'd written off is now their boss. Their power evaporates in silent realization. Quotes emerge organically. Authority without accountability is tyranny. Silent honor is louder than any lie spoken. The wounds we carry don't weaken us. They make justice heavier. The climax unfolds visually. The detectives file out, heads lowered. Isabella stands beside Marcus. He offers her a hand, she takes it. The jury remains seated, eyes softened. The judge shrinks his robes with a nod. Community members in the gallery stand slowly in silent solidarity. Outside news crews gather as Marcus steps into the courthouse light, shoulders squared. Crowds watch, fewer breaths and more belief. In reflection, the narrator invokes respect for unseen battles. Marcus didn't shout. He didn't demand attention. He let evidence speak, dignity endure. When power shifts toward justice, even silent wounds become voices. His rise wasn't revenge, it was overdue reckoning. Invite the audience. Where are you watching from? Have you ever seen someone underestimated only to outlast the echoes of doubt? Share your thoughts, your stories, your salutes. Subscribe for more cinematic stories that honor silent heroes and moral justice. In final stillness, a breeze lifts paper in the empty courtroom. Marcus Bennett walks alone down the hall, footsteps steady. The silence behind him is no longer absence. It is recognition.